What's up, guys? Team Local here. Today I'm going to show you two things. One, let's start with this rear bumper here. You guys might notice it because it comes from a 4x4 slash. This is a 4x4 Stampede. Now, as you know, the Stampede comes with a wheelie bar. I didn't like the way the wheelie bar looked on it. I thought it made it look kind of tacky, so I took the wheelie bar off. So when you take the wheelie bar off, you're left with just a simple little back, bracket, and it wasn't really offering a lot of protection. I bash a lot, I jump a lot. I need something that's gonna protect my truck, and so I decided to put on this rear bumper from a 4x4 slash. Fits perfect. As you know, the slash and Stampede 4x4 chassis are pretty much the same. So it fit. I mean, it just fit perfectly. You just put it on by removing these two screws here and these two bottom screws there, and it fit perfect, no problem. My Stampede body, even after lowering the body, it still fits like right on top, so it's not interfering with the body at all, and it's perfect. I love it. It gives a lot of protection. As you can see, I already have a bunch of scratches on it, so it's doing its job. Next thing is my chassis. As you can tell, my chassis is black. They come gray, so I decided to dye it. The dye that I use is RIT fabric dye, and when you buy that RIT dye, there's one thing you need to know. They come in two ways. They come in powder and they come in liquid. Make sure you get the powder. I tried the liquid one, and my chassis ended up glowing bluish in the sunlight, and it looked awful. So the powder is more concentrated, and it really sticks into the plastic much better. So when it comes to dyeing your chassis, you wanna if your truck is new, even that's great because that means it's very clean. But for me, I dyed it after, so you gotta take off all the electronics, motor, everything. Take it all off. You want to clean it. I left mine soaking overnight in a bucket of water and dish detergent because it has a lot of it has degreaser in it. So I let it sit there, clean it all up real nice, and then I rinsed it all off, and then I went to go dye it. Again, you want to use the powder. Trust me when I tell you, use the powder. I let it sit for 10 minutes. That's a lot, but I just wanted to be sure. But you can really let it sit for like 3 to 4 minutes, and it'll take color really good. But I just wanted to, be extra safe, so I let it sit for like 9 minutes. But when you have it in the pot, don't let it sit because it could burn the bottom of here when it's just sitting in the bottom. So you gotta move it around. But yeah, I like it. I mean, it came out perfect. The gray chassis just was sticking out, and it just looked weird. So the black, it came out good. It came out matching all the other black on the truck, and it came out perfect. So remember, it's RIT fabric dye, and it comes in a little box about this big. It's about $2. You can get it at Walmart, and they come in liquid and powder, but you always want to use the powder, always. Also, it's easy to dye it black. When the chassis is gray and you use black, it's perfect. Now, I haven't tried any other colors, but when you start with a dark color, you can't really go to a light color. It doesn't really work that way. So if you had a chassis that was all white, yeah, you could dye it to whatever color you want. But I haven't seen any white. They come in gray. So the only color I could have gone with is a darker color. So I could have done a dark green, a darker red, or a black, a dark blue. But always remember that when you start with a dark color like gray, you can only go darker. You can't go lighter. I also put on the RPM wide front bumper. As you know, the Traxxas Stampede comes with this little bumper like they always come. Traxxas models, they got that little skid plate on the bottom. Again, I jump, I bash, that wasn't going to protect my truck, so I went with RPM front wide bumper. I've used RPM front bumpers on my Rustler and my 2-wheel drive Stampede, and I love them. They saved me a lot of money. The bumper's only about like $8, you know, depending on where you get it from, and it just saved me a lot of money. So I completely recommend, if you like to, you know, mess around, jump around, bash, please, one of the most important things is get an RPM front bumper. You always, I wouldn't recommend aluminum, only because this is plastic. So if, you know, as you look, even as you can tell, it's a little broken here, but this is plastic. If it hits something, it's gonna take the impact. Aluminum won't do that. Aluminum is gonna transfer the impact onto your chassis. You're gonna damage something else. So always remember, I would RPM front bumper always. Alright guys, until next time.